a look at some of these poses. Here are the new Power Rangers Legacy figures. There's 6 figures per case, 2 of Tommy, 1 of everybody else. Here's Shane, Dustin, and Tori. So there are the Wind Rangers from Ninja Storm. Then we've got Jason from Mighty Morphin. And this lesser-known character, Archibald, I think is his name. Or maybe it's Tommy, but who remembers, right guys? Love the boxes. Okay, what's inside? Here's Tori. Comes with Tori. Comes with her sword. And then it comes with a sword that's already, like, kind of in gun mode, but it doesn't have the handle. And then here's an arm and a leg. These are all kind of on ball joints, so you can imagine a lot of posability, even in the foot. So you can have the leg, look at that. But then, you get it up here as well. And then here's an arm, so she can hold her sword, and she can also have this on her back. Unfortunately, the sword does not come out, and this can't go inside, which is too bad, because she actually can reach behind her back. Like that can be a pose as well. And she can also reach behind her back and hold it like that too. You know, you can always wish for more, don't get me wrong. This is really great the way they have it. The girl figures still have skirts, so they're not going to be as posable as the guys, but look. Now you can actually do that. You can twist the legs, they go all the way around. They don't have to, but they do. That's not the prettiest pose, but, you know. Again, the knees bend in 2 places. Also, for Blue Ranger, you can still twist the torso, the same way I showed you guys in the Legacy Red Comic-Con video. But then you can also move her up here, which you can't do with the male figure. She can still go up and down, but she can go all the way around too. And you can separate her. And then her head still goes up and down. It's not on a ball joint, but it's still turn all the way around, up and down. Lots of posability in the arms. I hope you guys are staying cooler than we are. It's 92 degrees in this room that I'm in right now, especially with the lights. Here we have Shane. Same sword accessories, and he comes with the upper half and head of the Megazord. Here we have Dustin. Dustin comes once again with the same sword accessories, another leg, and another arm. Did anyone else really love the Ninja Storm / Hurricaneger suits? I did. I thought that was a beautiful team. I really did. I mean, just the Wind Rangers alone, and then when you add navy, crimson, and green together, I just thought they were so pretty. That was such a nice color combination. I thought the suits just looked really fancy. Alright, we have all these random pieces. What do we do with them? Let's bring them together. Take the leg. You guys can see how this goes. They just snap on. There we go. You, and Tori. And then here we have Ninja Storm's main Megazord. No, the chest doesn't open, you can't put the power spheres inside here, but he is very posable. He can turn his head all the way around, and this head actually is on a ball joint. I really love these figures, I really do. I'm honestly more excited about Ninja Storm than I am about Mighty Morphin at the moment. I just love these together. I think it's such a fun team, so pretty. I think they're so expressive. I love them together, yes. I mean, I have my little complaints, like with the swords, but I mean, even so, you can still fake it. You can still have them grip it like this, and they actually do this on the show. They do kind of hold it. Even though it doesn't have a handle, she can still grab the handle. Like, that's still pretty show accurate right there, so it's still doable. I think my biggest complaint is that you can't remove that, because then you can't really have them wearing this when they're holding the sword, because it doesn't look right. So that's unfortunate. But I love these. I really do. So the word on the street is these guys aren't supposed to be available until the 31st or after. These guys sell for $19.99 a piece. They will be sold at Toys R Us, at Walmart, Target. I'm sure many of you guys will notice Dustin is missing his Lion Hammer. No Hawk Blaster, no Sonic Fin. That doesn't necessarily mean we're never going to get them. It just means they're not in this release. They could come with another thing later on, I hope. You guys can certainly say down below if you're looking forward to additional accessories as well. That's important. Alright, before we go to Mighty Morphin, let's do a Ninja Storm trivia. There was an episode early on where Tori had like an evil clone, and she came up to Shane and Dustin, and they're like, whoa! And she's like, relax guys, it's just me. And Dustin's like, well, how do we know that you're the real Tori? So she says, Dustin, your real name is... And Shane, you are afraid of... Fill in the blanks. What is Dustin's real name? And what is Shane afraid of? It would really help if they would not make nice boxes, because then I could throw them out easier. Unfortunately, they put a really nice image of each ranger, and then when you put them together, it looks even nicer. They had to personalize each box instead of just putting the Red Ranger for the team or just having it be more generic. Legacy Collection, Yellow Ranger, like it says. Nice little side windows. You guys see what I'm saying with this, right? I'll save them for now. Alright, here's Jason. Hopefully you guys have already seen our Comic-Con video for Jason. It's the exact same figure, so I don't want to do that video twice. So definitely check that out if you haven't. But, you know, now you can see, for those of you that were concerned about his color, this is the exclusive. Here's the regular version. It's red, just like you hoped. Jason includes the Blade Blaster that fits in the holster, and the Dino Megazord. So at the moment, this is the only piece of the Megazord we have. So we'll just use this little doll stand here that can hold him up. I was looking at this and I'm like, this looks better to me. Why does this look better than the one on the box? So if you go to the back of the box, look at his head. The final version of the Megazord has the white that goes all across his forehead, which is missing, and the black around the eyes that's also missing here. This has been improved upon since they took the image for the back. However, if you go down here, these blue little triangles are filled in, and there is a black outline on the yellow down here, so we ended up losing that, but between the two, the head looks so much better. Of course, I would like paint everywhere, but if I had to choose, definitely the head. That was the right choice. This just attaches to his belt, like that, just plug it in. The Comic-Con version included a sword for the Megazord and for Jason, so there are molds for them, but, you know, we'll see. Alright, finally Archibald, or Tommy. Alright, Tommy's got his Dragon Dagger, which is beautifully painted on both sides. He's got the Sword of Darkness, which I think is the first time we've ever gotten this, am I right? Outside of the Figure Arts line? Right? First time? And he comes with an extra set of hands for the Dragon Dagger. You know, like with the fingers kind of more like that. His Morpher, just like Jason's, is fully painted. His shield is very shiny gold, so that looks really great. It doesn't come off. His head can still go up and down. It's the same articulation as the other guys that I've already shown. And yes, he can bring the Dragon Dagger to his mouth. Like really, I think this is the nicest Dragon Dagger we've had outside of the Figure Arts line. Also, black this time. That attaches, and his Dragon Dagger goes in there. Whether you want to use one hand or two, you can do that pose now. And finally, we have this. That's kind of a nice selling point for Tommy. We all have one or two Tommies at least, right guys? At least one or two. Somebody was worried about the fact that it's bendable. That just means you're not going to snap it in half. If it does, you know, if it does bend, straighten it out. If that doesn't work, use a hairdryer, heat gun. But anyway, there's that. So now Tommy and Jason can beat each other up all they want. Despite how hot it is in this room, and it is very hot, you guys can probably imagine I spent a good deal of time going through some Ninja Storm episodes and pulling some poses and trying to duplicate them. And really, everything I found on the show, I was able to do. I had to say at one point, okay, good enough, I'll stop here. It's really a lot of fun to pose these. Like, I saw somebody post like on Facebook or Instagram, somewhere, they had like the 3 Rangers doing Michael Jackson poses. I don't know, maybe we could do something like we did with the Zord Builder, where you guys send us poses. Being able to pose them in so many different ways, it's really a lot of fun. I will be victorious for my queen! He was under a spell when he did that. He will take this away from him. Okay, now they can get along and play nice. Tommy's good now. I'll keep you guys updated as more waves come out. There will be pink, black, yellow, and blue, and they will come with a Build-A-Figure, so you'll have your full Dino Megazord. This looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. Arms go up and down, and you can, since they're kind of on a ball joint here, you know, you can do stuff like that. I have to wonder if some of these Zords actually will be compatible. Like, you can put the arm on the Megazord, but he doesn't seem to like yellow very much. It just kind of pops out. Legs also separate here, if I didn't already go over that. So, the Build-A-Zord is kind of like a Zord Builder, without the ports. It really doesn't like yellow. But you can do that at least, and then have a different arm. But that's cool. So there's another thing they do. I mean, these do stick out a bit more, so I guess specific to this figure, I mean, for some people, these just aren't going to be good enough because they're not figure arts. There are some people that really take figure arts very seriously, and like they don't want to hear if something else is really good too, but I deliberately have not been comparing these to figure arts because they're not figure arts. If these were $50 a piece, or even 30, or even 100, I think that would be a much more fair comparison because you're paying the same price. It's like, okay, that's $30, that's $30. Why is that one so much better? This is $19.99. Figure Arts 30 was like the best you could hope to pay. But realistically, for the most part, you could expect to spend $40 to $50 for a Red Ranger, right, for most places, and you could pay a lot more than that for some of the other ones. It's true. Like, I'm really not sure why some people were debating that with me, because I happen to know how much the toys cost. I can tell you with certainty, they're more than $19.99. Maybe some people got lucky and got some on clearance or used or I don't know what, but in general, you are not paying $19.99 or $29.99 for Pink Shinkanger or for Gokaiger or anything from Kyryuger. You weren't. Now, Hurricaneger got a lot of hands. That's really cool. Yellow and blue also have their main weapon, and then it's kind of the same deal with the weapons here. There's the sword and the sword in gun mode, but you can't put the sword in the thing. You can't do the handle doesn't pull out for figure arts. That's interesting. You know, for as much as you expect from figure arts, it's the sword deal is the same deal. These have more paint. Now with the figure arts, you can take this piece off. They could still be wearing this and you don't see the sword sticking out when they're holding it. Because, you know, if you have the sword, you kind of have to take that off or it looks funny. I mean, I get this is probably like a choking hazard, so that's probably why it's not removable in the US. Still beautifully detailed, don't get me wrong. And there are definitely some people that can't understand. You could say they did this better on the figure arts and they did that better on the legacy figures, but they did. Alright, how many of you guys would take your figure art and do that? Be honest, how many would do it? How many of you guys would do that with your figure art? Or take it, I don't want to lose the sword, and throw it across the room? I'll bet not many of you would do that. How many of you guys would take your figure art like this and bang his legs against the table? Be honest. How many people would be comfortable swinging him around by the arms like that? I'll bet a lot of you guys wouldn't do that. Right? Oh, not a scratch on him. Look at that. Some of you guys might know my Captain Marvelous is in a glass display case. I've barely used him at all. We never did any animation with him. I opened his box one day for the first time. I took him out carefully. I put him on the shelf and closed the door. And then he fell over. And his leg cracked off. So, I'm just saying. There are some pros and cons. Like, if you were to look at, like, the arms and, like, the elbow joints, Figure Arts actually did not continue the pattern, and it's a different plastic. So the arms, like, at least in this area, kind of look better over here. And there's no denying that Tori's head sculpt is better than the Figure Arts. Turn on Ninja Storm or Hurricaneger and compare the mouthpiece. This one is more show accurate, and it looks a lot better. This one looks weird. The suits themselves, like the logos having the black around it, I wish we could have had the black here. The feet have black on the bottom. I wish we could have had that here. They got the little red stripe filled in on the belt. I wish we could have had that. The morphers on ours are just plain gold. There's no paint on the morpher outside of the gold. These are completely painted. And I also wish we could have had, I would pick just 2 more hands, one of them going like that and one like that for poses. If I could only pick one extra set of hands, it'd be the one like that. Or would it be like that? What would you guys choose? But these are fantastic. They're so good. And $20 regardless of which one you're getting. None of them are web exclusive. You're not importing them from Japan. I mean, let's be realistic. They're both great lines. I mean, why do we have to pick one? Why can't we like both? I don't understand that. I love that. I love this. The way the figure arts are, the design doesn't get distorted when you do that, because this piece goes, I mean, there's pros and cons to both of them. The main thing is, you can go to Toys R Us, or to Walmart, or to Target. I don't know if Kmart's going to sell them or not. They might. And they'll be right there on the shelf. Now, at the moment, the figure arts are discontinued. Will they start up and make them again in the future? You never know. Maybe they will. Or maybe they won't. But, you know, for now, these are more affordable, even if they do the figure arts again. You know, let's hope they keep coming out with these and they find a way to get us some more weapons. As much as I wanted to avoid doing a figure arts comparison, so many people have been asking us, so I don't think I can get away with just kind of ignoring it. So, you know, this is what they look like. The figure arts are indeed smaller, more expensive, they're more fragile, They look great, they come with more accessories, there are pros and cons. The Legacy line is supposedly going to do every Ranger, whereas at the moment, Figuarts have stopped production of the Super Sentai. Also, her color is more screen accurate than the Figuarts, and I actually haven't opened these. These have been in our backlog pile forever, so this is the first time. Do these weapons actually not combine? I mean, clearly this piece does not move, so now I have to check the other figures to see if they actually have like alternate versions. Is it possible they didn't give us a way to combine the weapons? That just seems so not Figuartsy. We were able to do the Power Blaster in Mighty Morphin, but this doesn't really want to go in there, and I don't want to break it. But hopefully it's the last time I have to say, both are great. I love both. Get whichever one you want. Just because Bandai made these, you don't have to buy them. If you love them, you should definitely buy them. Obviously, if they sell well, we're going to keep getting more awesome stuff. That's just how it works. If you like it, I think you need that. Alright, it is so hot in here, I'm going to have to call this video good enough. We're potentially working on some exciting things for our Morphicon panel. So hopefully you guys are coming to Morphicon. Hopefully you'll come to our panel. I still have to hear back from Scott to figure out exactly what day it's going to be on. Oh, actually, before I go, as hot as it is, this just came, so I'm going to work it in right this very minute before it ends up in my backlog. This is from Tom, dear Bruno and Mia. I was in Japan last year and picked you up some Tokuger items. Look at this. It's a Super Sentai sticker. It's like a kind of like a sticker book. They have these great images. Love that. And then there are little stickers that you can peel from the back and you paste them where you see these little blue areas. If you have to Tokyo sneeze, here's some Tokuger tissues. Oh, I've never actually seen these before. Look at that. These are little teeny. These are little tiny rushes. Wow. I love those. More tissues. Uh-oh, what's this? Is this edible? I'll make Jerry eat it just so I know it's safe. Or do you put it in water, then do you eat it, or does it grow? I'll have Jerry taste it first just to make sure it's safe. I got a lot of tissues. Well, thank you very much. That's fantastic. I actually just bought a little N-scale train set, but it's like just the wheels and the motor part. So I really wanted to hollow out one of these and see if I can make it into a working train. So maybe I'll try to do something with these to customize. From my home state of New Jersey. New Jersey power! There. A very big thanks to Tom. That was very nice. And I still want to talk about what I wish they had done with Tokuger for the toys. But that'll be another video, because like I said, very hot in here. Alright, really going. Please share this video. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. I will always be back soon with many good videos. Thank you guys for watching, and good night. And please, stay cool.